al mee haalde de halve finale daar in 2006. Zijn 22e Eurotour toernooi. Please welcome the Wanderer, Wayne Jones! De tegenstander van Wayne is een jongeman uit Wales die een jaar of 10 geleden bij de jeugd zo'n beetje alle toernooien won, zoals de Winmau en de WDF World Cup. Afgelopen jaar halve finalist op het WK, de Fireball, J.Lewis!
Second half of the afternoon session, day one of the Dutch Darts Masters here at the IJsselhalle in Zwolle, and it's time for the World Championship semi-finalist J.Lewis to take to the stage, a player who made a fairly big impact on his return to the European Tour last weekend. He made the last 8 at the Glaspalast in Sindelfingen for the European Darts Grand Prix. Lost to Michael Smith in that one, eventually losing 6-2. Rode his luck to get here. A couple of 6-5 wins to secure his place here in Holland, and he's up against a man from the other end of the experience spectrum, Wayne Jones, a player we've seen a bit of on the European circuit this year. Last time out he made the last day in Austria, although he was given a helping hand by the withdrawal of Dave Chisnell. Jones then against Lewis in our 5th match of the afternoon. Dan Dawson back alongside me for this one. Dan, how do you see this one shaping up?
Well, I think it's a difficult one to call, to be honest, because J.Lewis has evolved into a very dangerous player who's hitting a lot of 180s ever since the start of the World Championship, really. But Wayne Jones is one of a number of players who dropped down to the Challenge Tour, seems to have done the world a good. And he's been pretty dangerous when we've seen him, and he actually denied Jamie the chance of playing in the first Euro Tour event of the year.
First leg, Wayne to throw first. Game on!
These two met in qualifying for the European Darts Open, the first Euro Tour of 2018. In the decisive game in qualification, J.Lewis was beaten 6-4 by Wayne Jones.
85.
So a chance for a bit of revenge for Jamie.
And since we last saw Wayne Jones on the European Tour, he's celebrated another birthday. He's now 53 years old.
Well, 51-year-old Michael Rosenauer had darts to win the opening game of the day against Ryan Joyce. Missed all 3 of them, was beaten.
59.
Is he the oldest man in the field then, Wayne Jones? I would think he probably
no,
is.
Steve Beaton, surely.
Oh, Beaton.
Oh, no, Terry Jenkins as well.
Ah, Terry the Bull, of course.
Yeah.
Terry the Bull's here.
By a few months, I imagine, ahead of Stevie B.
57.
Jenkins was born in 60... Hang on, no. Beaton was born in 64. Jenkins, I've got it here, was born in, yes, 26th of September 63.
One right, 40.
They would have been in the same school year. Imagine that. Terry Jenkins and Steve Beaton.
J.Lewis, a comparative whippersnapper. Only 26 years old. Became a dad last year.
54.
That is not what Wayne Jones was after. It's left him a bogey number. So 2 visits to see this off for J.Lewis. He's going to have to find a couple of trebles, you would think. Yeah, no trebles certainly doesn't help him out. Jamie Lewis had a run last time out in Sindelfingen, went all the way to the quarterfinals, although I don't really think he played anywhere near his best stuff, to be honest.
And he rode his luck to an extent, didn't he, against our fellow commentator. Got through that one, just about.
Why you require 32?
Nicholson certainly had the chance to finish the job there. 8-8 for Wayne Jones.
Game Sean, the first
James Holes.
Wayne Jones, second leg, Jamie to throw first.
Jamie Lewis, a player who has shown a tendency to reserve his best stuff on the European Tour for when he's in Gibraltar. He was the beaten finalist there in 2013, made the semis
54.
a couple of years later.
Yeah, beaten by Phil Taylor in Gibraltar in the final. Having beaten Kevin Painter and Adrian Lewis along the way.
So he was the first Welsh European Tour finalist, but by no means the last, as we've seen.
Yes, well, the all-Welsh final in Graz earlier on this year.
137.
Yeah, Johnny Clayton here this weekend. I bumped into him earlier. He's playing his first Euro Tour event since his success in Graz. He didn't qualify for Sindelfingen last time out. Jones in the money once again here. First 180 of the day for Wayne Jones.
Yeah, Wayne Jones stole a few moments up on stage before everybody turned up, just to get used to the throw. They hadn't turned the lights on when he went up there. Oh my, look at this.
Filling it up once again, back-to-back 1080s, and Lewis certainly under a huge amount of pressure on his throw here. Jones looking good here for a break of throw and a 2-0 lead.
140. Why you require 41? Game shot the second leg.
11 dart leg.
Very assured stuff from Wayne Jones.
First. Game on.
2 from 3 on his double so far as well. He's proving very proficient. The average is pretty healthy as well, aided by that finishing. Back-to-back 1080s, averaging just a shade over 110, as you can see there. Promising start and needs to maintain it. Lewis, he suspects, will come back at some point.
Well as Wayne Jones has been playing this year, and indeed last year on the Challenge Tour when he was dominating.
76.
You're not expecting him to still be averaging 110 at the end of the game, but you can certainly see him averaging over 100 if he just keeps on in this kind of manner.
60.
Jamie's just struggling to find the trebles. And this could very, very quickly turn into 3-0.
Yes, it could turn to 3-0 very quickly indeed. He's down to a finish of 145. Lewis once again struggling to catch up here.
Well, Wayne Jones, a little bit of practice on stage in the dark earlier on, has definitely done some good. They did turn the lights on halfway through, and he told them to turn them off again because he realised he only scored 45 with his previous visit. Not going to take out 145 here.
90.
So that will do.
That will do very nicely indeed. Potential 14 dart holder throw for Wayne Jones for a 3-0 lead here. He may have a bit more in hand as well.
93. Why you require 55?
So, Jones, 2 darts at tops, 1 dart at tops for 3-0. Lewis still on 156. Outside chance.
156.
This would hurt Jones. Clearly, it would be a potential game changer if Lewis can take this out. Well, that's the first part done. And the second. Double 18 for Jamie Lewis for what would have been a heck of a steal.
But it may still end up being 3-0 here. Double 5 for the man from Wolverhampton.
Game shown, the third leg. Wayne Jones, full play.
It is 3-0.
Game on.
Now, Jamie Lewis consistently, his first dart has been below the treble 20, which makes things very hard for him. That 156 nearly went, though, because the first dart was exactly where he wanted it. Here again, he's gone low and has to switch down to a different target.
134.
Does so very well.
140.
Well, there's no sign immediately of any let up by Wayne Jones here. This could be what Jamie Lewis needs. Look at this, though, for a response. 140.
Well, bears repeating with Jamie Lewis. He is, or has become, one of the most frequent 180 hitters in darts, and from seemingly nowhere. Yes, he hit them, they all hit them, but not with the regularity Jamie Lewis has been doing. Over a sample of 25 games this year in the Players' Championship, there's only 4 players who hit them more regularly in terms of the proportion of their visits. Steve West, Rob Cross, Ian White, and the other one's Robert Rickwood, but he's only played 2 games, so you can't really take that. And 91 is taken out by Jamie Lewis, and it's a very important 91 check out, because Wayne was on a 2-darter.
Wayne Jones has fond memories of this event as well. He made the last 4 of the Dutch Masters in 2012. He beat Phil Taylor 6-5 in the quarters of that, and then lost to Paul Nicholson in the semi-finals. Nicholson in turn losing to Simon Whitlock in the final that year when it was staged in Newland.
40.
He also made the last 4 of the German Masters the following year as well, where he beat Michael van Gerwen. He's had some pretty good performances on the European Tour, Wayne Jones, and this could well be another one. And he's filled it up once again.
3 180s for Wayne Jones. Out maximuming the maximum machine that is Jamie Lewis.
He hit 14 180s, didn't he, in that, so when he beat Webster at the World Championship. Webster only won 5 legs or something.
That
and
sounds about right.
Lewis hit 14 180s in that match.
I couldn't tell you the exact number he hit, but he certainly hit a lot, and he hit a lot right the way through the tournament. And his display against Peter Wright was absolutely out of this world.
Yeah, 4-1 against Snakebite that day. 57. First player to make it all the way to the semis from the prelims. £85,000 better off as a result of that epic journey, which was ended by Phil Taylor 85. In the semis. Although I think 6-1 was a pretty harsh scoreline for Jamie Lewis that day. Yeah, it didn't really reflect the balance of the match as a whole.
Yeah, all but one set in that semi-final went to a deciding leg. It could have been very, very different. 95. But Jamie Lewis would have beaten your hand off for the run that he had, because he'd had the worst 6 months on the tour. That's in. Don't worry about that, Wayne. Lights on, lights off. You might not be able to see what you hit, but you're hitting everything you want.
Wayne Jones. 6-leg Jamie.
4-1 to the veteran. A man who holds the rather unenviable record of making more PDC finals than anybody else without actually winning a title. If you discount his Challenge Tour stuff last year, where he won 3 titles out of the 5 runs to finals he had. The only 2 he lost, both to Peter Jakes.
100.
And he timed it really well, as well did Jones, because he picked up something like £3,500 over the final weekend of that Challenge Tour circuit. Emulating, of course, Rob Cross, who won the Challenge Tour the year before. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that Jones is going to do what Rob Cross has done in the meantime.
Why not?
I said I'm not going to suggest it.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just not going to suggest it's going to happen.
I'd
love it if he did. If he went on and won the World Championship, great. Premier League next year. Everything that goes with it. World Series.
Things are looking up for Wolverhampton Sport.
Oh, yeah. A good time.
59.
Pretty sure he's a Wolves fan, Wayne Jones. Obviously has come out in the old gold of Wolverhampton Wanderers in the past. Nowadays, he just tends to turn a bit of polo shirt. the Wanderer, as his darting nickname goes. Not sure if he was among the 30,000 down the park for their championship title celebration the other day. Down to a finish, but it's a big, and Jamie Lewis still favourite for this leg. Again, he keeps on pulling that first start at the 20 low, and it's just causing him all kinds of problems.
57.
You're not going to hit 180s if you're blocking the bed and switching away. 180 is not the be-all and end-all, of course, but when it's been a big part of the success you've had over the last few months, and you're just not giving yourself opportunities, it's a problem.
Shanghai then for Lewis here, and he's missed the first dart anyway. He's hit the single 5. He's found the treble 20. He'll just have to tidy this up to lead Sops. But Jones has a chance here to break for a 5-1 lead. Treble 18, 4, double 16. Oh, this is brilliant from Jones. It really is eye-catching stuff. A 106 checkout, another steal, another break, and he's one leg away from a place in round 2, and that was very, very good stuff indeed from Wayne Jones. Well,
James Richardson's been the best performer in terms of the numbers so far today, but Wayne Jones is eclipsing even that display, because that was 96.5, 3 180s, 60% in his doubles. Wayne Jones averaging 100, and that first 9 is world class from the Wanderer. 120 first 9, 100 overall, 50% of the checkouts. This is stunning from Wayne Jones. And at the minute, it looks like he's not only going to beat the World Championship semi-finalist, it looks like he's going to thrash him.
Yeah, and he's taking his doubles out in one visit as well. That's the other thing to bear in mind there. Don't be deceived by the 5 from 10. It's been a really good all-round performance by Wayne Jones today. Jamie Lewis needs to win 5 on the spin.
Well, Jamie, he took out the 91 on double 16. He had 1 dart at double 18 for a 156 checkout, and he has not had another dart at double in this entire game, because Wayne Jones has completely shut him out. That's better. More room in that. Oh, my word. Well, if it's not your day, it's not your day, is it? And I think that last dart, the way he threw that, suggested that Jamie Lewis concurs.
Yeah, 6 darts from 181 for Jones. He's got plenty of room for manoeuvre, even more so now.
165.
What a setup that was. Absolutely brilliant. It's relentless. Never mind Ryan Joyce in the first match. Relentless. This is relentless from Wayne Jones.
Well, Kim Heibrecht's the number 10 seed, awaits the winner of this one, and that is Wayne Jones, who has just completed a 13-darter on double 8, an average well over 100. Superb stuff from the Wanderer. I would say vintage, but it's probably better than that. Wayne, you're not going anywhere just yet. Congratulations. 101 average there, Wayne. I mean, this is vintage Wanderer stuff, isn't it?
Do you know, I was just saying to Russ, I've put these flights in. I've always used pair flights, 30 years. I've used square flights for a week, and they're going ever so well.
Imagine what could have happened had you made this decision 20 years ago.
Yeah, thanks for that, yeah. If I keep playing this well, I'm going to be really gutted. I've had 30 years of playing average, and these are going lovely.
You dropped off the tour, you went and played Challenge Tour, and you dominated that tour. You won 3 titles. Do you feel that that's just given you the confidence to come back and play like this? Because you've been playing some good stuff for a while now.
I've always been a good floor player. I've always been a terrible stage player. My floor, I could beat anybody on the floor, and I struggle on the stage. And so I put these in, and maybe things might change. You never know. That was all right, wasn't it?
It was excellent. 101 average. The Wanderer Wayne Jones. He will play Kim Heibrecht, the number 10 seed, in the second round tomorrow.